Okay. Oh my god, this Mac cannot connect to iCloud because there's a problem. That's fine. Later, 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 later. Fucking later. Stop popping up. I will beat you. Um. Oh, so I had to drag my butt out of bed because I didn't get home till like 3 a.m. Which was fun. But then I had then I didn't go to bed till 3:30 or whatever because I had to play with Elliot, and then my alarmed at 9:30. So it was like a decent amount of sleep, but not that much amount of sleep. And then I had to go to Tires Plus, and I was like conflicted because I was tired and like kind of dehydrated, but also like really happy. I went to Tires Plus and they fixed my a tire for me. But while I was sitting there, this is my story. I met a pirate. Like for real, I met a pirate. His name was Bill, and I came in and I gave them my car, and they were like, "Are you gonna hang out here?" And I was like, "Do you have a drinking fountain and a cup of coffee?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll hang out here." So I had to sit there for like an hour while they, rotated my tires and changed my tires and meow meow meow. So I sat there down, and then this guy came in, and as soon as the guy walked in, I was like, "You're a cool guy," because he had like a ponytail. He's a big guy. He had a ponytail. He had like a ton of ink on his arms. Um, he was clearly in like construction or like working because he had these like cargo shorts on with a ton of paint or like putty or stuff on him. But he had a ton of like tattoos on his arms. He had a ton of bracelets. Like he reminded me of like Ricky Dillon. He just had bracelet, 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 bracelet. Some of them were made of like rope. Some were made of like beads. He had a ponytail. And then he had a bandana on his head, and the bandana had a skull and crossbones, and I was like, "You're a pirate." Um, and I just thought he was cool. But he was very like business, business, business when he talks to the Tire Plus guy because I'd already been sitting there. I already did my thing. I already said, "Hi, my name is Ashley Mardell. My car is parked over there. Here's my keys. Now I'm gonna go sit down and rub my head and drink some water and have a cup of coffee." And I see Pirate Guy walk in, and I was like, "I like him." But he's very business, business, business about with the Tires Plus guy. He's just like, "Hey, so my like my mirror doesn't, or my window everything works great, but the automatic down doesn't work. The automatic up works great. The automatic down works great on the right side. To the left, like he was just very like boom, boom, boom. And I was like, oh, okay, so like you're a serious pirate. That's a normal train of thought, right? So serious pirate sits down next to me, and I'm just chilling. Like I'm kind of hungover, like I said. Um, and he's on his phone doing stuff. He looks busy, and I'm like, he's probably like making appointments to work. He's a serious pirate doing some serious things. And but there's a few times because we sit there for probably like a solid 15 minutes just doing our own thing. Where like I want to like look over to him and be like, "I like your bandana," just because. But I'm like, nah. He seems a little too down to business. I don't think he'll smile. Maybe if I thought he'd smile, I would say I like your bandana, but he just doesn't look like it, so I'm just gonna keep being on my iPhone. But then all of a sudden, after like 15 minutes of silence, he looks over to me and goes, "Would you read this?" And then he hands me his phone, which is huge. He's one of those huge Galaxy phones or whatever. And I'm like, "Yeah." And it's like a 4-page pitch for a pirate TV show. Not even shitting you. And I was like, ugh. It was like 4 pages, and the first page like outlines the premise of the show, like the show's mission, what's it about, the moral of the show. And then there's like the outline of what each episode would look like. And it's like 4 pages long, and I read it, and I was like, this is cool. And he was like, yeah, I'm pitching it to Hollywood. And I was like, at this point, like I'm just gonna be honest, I couldn't decide if he was really insanely fucking cool and like interesting, like an just like he just looked like a vagabond pirate and he was pitching a show to Hollywood. That's kind of cool. Or if he was crazy. But whatever. We got to talking and we talked for a long time. And he was like, "Yeah, I've been on He was like, "I've been on HGTV." So being in front of the camera is like no, no, whatever to me. What did he say? He was like, "Oh, I'm not is not unfamiliar to me." And I was like, "Oh yeah, same." And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel." And he was like, "Cool." And then he was like, "What's that like?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I have like 100,000 followers." And he was like, "Whoa." And after that, he was really interested, which is kind of cool. But he kept talking about how he was on HGTV and he's pitching this to Hollywood, and they seem really excited about it, and how like some people, wow! Some people, like, tell him it's not gonna work, but that just motivates him more, and it was just so cool, and he was like, I would play the main person, we talk about, and he knew a ton of pirate facts, just so you know. I learned so much. Do you know why pirates have an eye patch? I do now. It's because, they had to check, like, under the ship or something, but it was dark down there, so they put an eye patch on, and then when it was time to check under the ship, they just flipped their eye patch open, and then they could see instantly because their eye would already be dilated. And then they put it, right back over their eye, so then when they went back out in the sun, it wouldn't, like, hurt or, like, blind them. I don't know. It was interesting. And you know that pirates didn't actually say "R"? Like, that was just, like, early Hollywood when they were writing, like, pirate movies, and the writers would get frustrated. They don't know what pirates say, so they just write like blah 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 blah, R, and then they would come back to it later and fill it in. But the actors didn't know that. The actors were like, oh, pirates say R. So we don't actually know if pirates even said R. That's just a stereotype because of early Hollywood. These are all things I learned about pirates. And I learned about, there's these two, like, Bonnie and something are these women pirates. He was really into that. I liked that. That was cool. He was like, women pirates are the best. And I was like, yay, feminism. But it was just so weird. He gave me his card. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't give out his information. That'd be rude. But his name is Bill. Here, I'm gonna, yeah, okay, that's the card. I don't know. But he was just really cool. And we talked, and then, this was funny, I thought. We talked so much. It was a pretty good conversation. He, like, has traveled a lot. Or, totally lying. I don't know. He knew all these pirate facts. He could be making them up. I have no idea. It was fascinating, though. And apparently we talked so much that when he left, he felt compelled to give me a hug. Which is either really cute or super strange. But he was like, can I give you a hug? Keep in mind, he's like 44 and huge. And it's not like, I don't know. And I don't know. And anyway, he was like, I really appreciate your feedback because I have a 14-year-old daughter right now, and, like, she's just, like, kind of too cool to help me out with my stuff. But he was like, so I really like people who are, like, your age, but, like, we'll offer feedback. And I was like, Bill, you're the most unique human being in the world. That's my story of Bill the Pirate. Do you have a weird story? Also, you should vote in the comments. Was he super badass cool? Or a little off his rocker? Just kidding, that's kind of mean. Don't vote in the comments, but I can't decide. No, he was cool. Bill was cool. Bill the Pirate was cool. Alright, bye.